allowed. Outdoor events are allowed as long as you maintain your social distancing.
Until further notice, reporting live in Concord, Bob Butler, KCBS.
A Black Lives Matter protest is set for Martinez this afternoon. KCBS's Curtis Kim says police are expecting up to several thousand demonstrators.
Martinez Mayor Rob Schroeder says he was told the protest was planned several weeks ago. But last week, when a white couple tried to paint over a Black Lives Matter mural, it put the city on the national news.
We're sick of this narrative, that's what's wrong.
The narrative of...
Yeah, the narrative of police brutality, the narrative of oppression, the narrative of racism. It's a lie.
The mayor says a contingency plan was worked out by the police to handle several thousand protesters.
People have the right to exercise their First Amendment rights, and so we just want to make sure it's as peaceful as possible.
And while the East Bay City may currently be the epicenter of Black Lives Matter movement, Schroeder says his city is respectful.
Martinez is an inclusive place. Is there a place for improvement? Absolutely. Is there racism and bigotry in Martinez? Apparently so, just like there is in every other community.
Mayor Schroeder says there was a lot of anxiety over the protest by merchants, and most of the downtown was boarded up as a precaution. Curtis Kim, KCBS.
One person is dead after a fire in the Presidio Heights neighborhood in San Francisco. San Francisco Fire Department says the two-alarm fire on Sacramento Street near Spruce Street was first reported a bit after 11 o'clock this morning. Firefighters pulled two residents with injuries out of the three-story residential house, but say one of those people passed away from their injuries. Fire Department says they are remaining on scene to finish mopping up the fire, but there is no risk of that fire spreading. Just ahead on KCBS.
I'm Keith Manconi. For Santa Clara County's gyms and hair salons, reopening means a lot of new safety rules.
KCBS News Time 1:08, traffic and weather together, and we're checking roads and traffic with Peter Schofield.
Starting off in Woodside, Highway 84, both directions east of Portola. This is between Bear Gulch Road and Montelena Court. It was closed about 2 o'clock this morning in both directions because of a tree that fell over, snagging several power lines on the way down. The tree has been cleared away. PG&E was able to get in there and deal with the power lines. It looks like it's just now reopening. No official word on that, but I can see traffic now moving again through what was the closure area. That's Highway 84, both directions now open east of Portola. In the Santa Cruz Mountains, Highway 17, southbound near Alma Bridge Road. That's where a car spun out, landed in a ditch off the right side of the highway there. Southbound 17, that is sluggish now off and on from Lark in Los Gatos to just past Bear Creek Road. And the Altamont Pass, 580 eastbound, just past North Flint Road. At least two cars in this crash. One of them was teetering on the edge of the right shoulder for a while, looking down into the canyon, but that's no longer in danger. The action is all confined to the right-hand shoulder, so the backup there is thinned out. Next traffic update, 118 on the traffic leader, KCBS.
And your KCBS forecast, lovely day around the bay, sunny, light breeze at the coast and around the bay, low 70s at the beaches, mid 80s around the bay, mid to upper 90s inland. Mostly clear overnight, just some overnight clouds, fog by the coast and bay, lows in the mid 50s. Sunny and warm again tomorrow, highs in the upper 60s at the coast, lower 80s by the bay, and low 90s inland. Traffic and weather together on the 8s on All News 106.9 and AM 740 KCBS. KCBS News Time 1:10. Two more inmates from San Quentin State Prison have died from COVID-19 related complications. The two men died at outside medical facilities last night, according to the California Department of Corrections and Rehabilitation. San Quentin is housing more than 1,400 inmates that have tested positive for COVID-19. No other information has been made public about those two inmates at this time. After nearly 4 months of lockdown, Santa Clara County's hair salons, spas, and gyms are opening back up tomorrow. KCBS reporter Keith Manconi says staying open will be its own challenge.
There's no doubt about it, says Scott Neese, executive director of the San Jose Downtown Association.
This is definitely a lifeline.
But along with the return to money-making, reopening is also going to come with a long list of major changes.
Just going to be a completely new experience, both for the businesses as well as the customers.
That's because of strict new county rules that will require salons and gyms to use more protective gear and more social distancing. Add it all up and you've got a double whammy, higher costs and fewer customers.
If you've got half the business available and you're making half the revenue and you have more expenses to comply with all these orders, there's going to have to be a shift in the economic equation.
Now, Neese does agree safety should come first, but that doesn't mean it's going to be easy.
It's going to be a long shakeout. This is just the beginning.
In the Silicon Valley Bureau, Keith Manconi, KCBS.
KCBS Sports coming up next with Steve Bitker. Buster Posey officially out for this season.
Take the census today. Go to my2020census.gov. Call 844-330-2020 or mail your form. We know we can do great things when we come together to support our communities. Do your part today.
I love that about our residents. I love their perspective on life. I've enjoyed going on walks with residents around the neighborhood and hearing their perspective on a hummingbird or the flowers or a yellow house with blue shutters and just enjoying the simple things in life.
Aegis Living is an industry leader when it comes to keeping our residents safe, active, and engaged. Aegis Living, assisted living and memory care. Visit us at aegisliving.com. That's AEGIS living.com.
Blue Star medicated ointment works fast to relieve the pain and itch of almost any skin irritation.
It's amazing. It's like as soon as you put it on, you can feel it working. We've had Blue Star in the family for years. It works on everything.
I love the cooling sensation on my athlete's foot.
What a relief for my eczema.
Nothing worked on my dry, cracked skin until I tried Blue Star.
Blue Star is great for scalp itch.
Look for the white box with the Blue Star in the first aid section. Feel Blue Star work fast, or your money back.
Have you wanted to speak a new language, but thought it would be too difficult? Then try Babbel. Babbel starts by teaching you words and phrases that gradually get more complex. Soon, you're practicing short conversations. So in 15 minutes a day, you'll be speaking a new language in a few weeks. Babbel is built around real life. It teaches you practical conversations that you will actually use. Babbel, language for life. Now try Babbel for free. Just go to Babbel.com and start learning a language today. That's BABBEL.com.
You've been camping in your backyard, cycling in your living room. You've been enjoying rain showers in your bathroom, campfires on your TV screen. You've been counting stars and birds from your window and holding family cookouts in the kitchen. Now, get ready to go. Go on a real vacation. Take the wheel at your nearest RV dealer or at GoRV.com.
It's the perfect time for a powerful business refresh during Dell Technologies Cyber Savings Event. It starts now with up to 50% off high-performance Windows 10 business laptops, desktops, and servers, plus top brand electronics. It's also your chance to streamline IT and simplify PC life cycles with PC as a service. Dell Technologies recommends Windows 10 Pro for business. Call 877-ASK-DELL for a Dell Technologies advisor who can help you find the right tech. That's 877-ASK-DELL or visit Dell.com/smallbusinessdeals.
Coming up on KCBS, Joe Biden's search for a running mate continues, and he may announce a pick soon. We'll have that story in 5 minutes. KCBS News Time 1:15. KCBS Sports with Steve Bitker.
The Giants' Buster Posey made it official Friday morning. He is opting out of the upcoming 60-game baseball season. He had already missed 3 days of team workouts over the past week amid speculation that he was leaning heavily toward opting out, something he acknowledged last Saturday that he was seriously considering it for health and safety reasons. But in a Zoom call, he shared some big news. He and his wife, Kristen, already parents of twins who were nearly 9, are now new parents of adopted twin baby girls born prematurely, but in excellent condition, still in ICU. Mom and Dad were matched with the birth mother 2 months ago. The Giants' Director of Baseball Operations, Farhan Zaidi, and manager Gabe Kapler were also in on the conference call, both expressing big support and great respect for Buster and his decision.
People may not know this, but Buster was incredibly supportive of me in my first year with the Giants organization, had a lot of conversations with him, and made the transition for me a lot easier. So never had a chance to publicly thank him for that, and I want to do that now.
That's Farhan Zaidi, and this is Gabe Kapler.
When I was hired also, there was one player at the opening press conference, and that was Buster, right? He just is supportive and thoughtful and caring, and it is an absolute honor to be able to return that support and say that I think Buster's making an incredible and thoughtful decision for him and his family, and the one that makes the most sense. And I'm actually proud to be here on this call, listening and supporting today.
Again, if you just tuned in, Buster Posey opting out of the 60-game season. He and his wife, Kristen, adding 2 adopted baby twin girls to the family, now with 4 kids instead of 2. At the sports desk, Steve Bittker, KCBS.
Working from home? Conference calls?
You're still on mute, John.
With everything we have going on right now, it's never been more important to get the sleep we need. Quality sleep is a natural immune booster, and only the Sleep Number 360 smart bed senses your movements and automatically adjusts your comfort and support on both sides, your Sleep Number setting. So all those other things we're doing to stay healthy and happy, well, they'll work better too. And now save up to $900 on select Sleep Number 360 smart beds, plus special financing on all smart beds, only for limited time. To learn more, go to sleepnumber.com. Special financing subject to credit approval. Minimum monthly payments required. See store for details.
Hi, I'm Dr. Peter Panagotakos, also known as the Hair Doc. I've been treating men and women, both medically and with hair transplants, since 1974 at my 2001 Union Street office. I am announcing the addition of a new Artis IX transplant robot to my practice, and I'm offering a discount to those who qualify for the procedure. For more information, go to hairdoc.com. That is hairdoc.com, or call the office at 922-3344 for an appointment. I've been a Diamond Certified provider for over 10 years.
We're your connection.
Mayor Breed wants to see more businesses open. I'm being as aggressive as I can.
We are the team that's always covering your community.
They fenced off some of the street in front of the restaurant to create a patio.
We have some nice bistro tables, and we try to create the most comfortable atmosphere as possible.
We are your news station, KCBS.
KCBS News Time 1:18, traffic and weather together. Berkeley crash with Peter Schofield.
This is 80 westbound before University. It's another situation when some seemingly insignificant debris triggered a crash. The car swerved to avoid a simple garbage can tumbling around on the freeway. And when that car swerved to avoid it, the car crashed into the center divide. Then another car comes along, hits the first car. So now both of them made it to the right-hand shoulder. But the fire department is blocking the right lane. And you'll come to that backup as you approach Gilman. In Marin County, Highway 1 at Stinson Beach. Heavy traffic both directions approaching Panoramic Highway, which is also jammed westbound from Whitegate Ranch Trailhead to Highway 1. As for Highway 1 in San Mateo County, that's southbound barely moving between Pacifica and Montera, and getting to Half Moon Bay is turned into a chore this afternoon. Highway 92 westbound from 280 almost to the Half Moon Bay city limits. A BART delay for downtown San Francisco. Scheduled track maintenance means alternating track work between Embarcadero and 24th Mission stations. Expect delays about 20 minutes. Your next traffic update, 1:28 on the traffic leader, KCBS.
In your KCBS 6-day forecast, sunny with a light breeze by the coast and bay today. Low 70s at the beach, mid 80s by the bay, mid to upper 90s inland. Slightly cooler tomorrow, and then Tuesday through Friday, partly cloudy at the coast in the morning. Sunny by the bay and inland, highs in the 60s at the coast, mid 80s by the bay, low 90s inland. Traffic and weather together on the 8s on All News 106.9 and AM 740 KCBS. KCBS News Time 1:20. Well, we're just over 3 months away from the presidential election, and the question over who will be Joe Biden's running mate still up in the air. Biden has pledged to pick a woman, and one candidate that made a splash this past week was Illinois Senator Tammy Duckworth. KCBS anchor Curtis Kim spoke with San Jose State political science professor emeritus and KCBS political analyst Larry Gersten.
Well, let's talk about Tammy Duckworth. She have any staying power?
Well, sure. She's a member of the U.S. Senate. Let's start with that. I mean, anybody who gets to that club is going to have staying power. But beyond that, she brings some intriguing credentials. I mean, obviously she's a woman, and Biden has said he's going to call upon a woman. She's a woman of color. Father, a white serviceman from the United States, married a woman in Thailand who's actually a Thai of Chinese descent. So you get that in the mix. She's a policy wonk, which is very important to a guy like Biden. He wants somebody who knows what's going on. He doesn't have to start from square one. And she's a veteran. She's a veteran. And remember, she lost both legs in Afghanistan and came back beyond that. I mean, it's quite a story in itself. Trump went after her the other day, President Trump, and all she said was, I'd like him to walk a mile in my legs and see how he feels.
Yeah, and of course, she's a Purple Heart winner, as you talked about. Kamala Harris, she even ran for the presidency early on, but is now being wooed, I guess, or being looked at least, for the possibility of a vice presidential nod?
Yeah, a lot of people have their eye on Kamala Harris. She's number one in many observers' eyes. And why? Well, of course, again, she's a member of the club. You get two interesting situations here, in that she's a woman of Jamaican and Indian descent. So you've got a person of color all over the place. She has an interesting relationship with Biden. She was close with Biden's son, Beau Biden, when they were both attorneys general from their respective states. But she tangled pretty well with Vice President Biden in that first debate. And some people think she went below the belt. So the question is, how much does the president hold that against her? And the other question is, coming from California, which is in all certainty is going to vote blue anyway, what does she add when it comes to the geographic factor? So that may be one of the factors that leaves some people, thinking about this more a little bit more than others. But definitely, she's a very powerful candidate.
Let me just ask you this, Larry. We've been talking about a couple of women of color. Given the mood of the nation right now, do you think it would be more advisable for Biden to choose a woman of color as opposed to, say, Elizabeth Warren, who's been a Democratic presidential candidate?
Elizabeth Warren is a very safe choice for Biden in many ways. She's to the left. Biden needs someone to the left. She is someone who he knows well from the days that he was in the White House and in the Senate, and talked with her. They are very compatible. It's clear about that, because she's not as far to the left as Bernie Sanders. If there are two knocks on Warren, one is geography. She comes from the northeast, and that's pretty close to where Biden hails from. So and again, her state, Massachusetts, is an automatic blue. And the other is the age factor. She's 70 years old, and Biden has said himself, he views himself as a transition candidate. And if you're a transition candidate, you're looking for someone a generation younger. And that may, at the end, be a big knock. The other reason, by the way, so many people look to a person of color picked by Biden is that black Americans, African Americans, were so vital in the 2018 election. They were so important to the Democrats seizing control of the House, and particularly African American women, who just got out there and really worked hard for the Democratic candidates. And don't forget the important role of African American women that was important in the Jones Senate upset in Alabama a year earlier. And so some people feel that it will be very difficult, particularly in this era of social justice, for Biden to look the other way. But if he decides to go with somebody else, yes, someone like Warren would be very, very good for him. There's no doubt about it. So you see that there's a number of candidates, but at the end of the day, there are a few factors that Biden has to weigh.
And that's KCBS political analyst Larry Gersten. We're off to the Money Watch.
Here's how NBA Commissioner Adam Silver plans to stage an unprecedented mini-season starting later this month. I'm Jeff Colvin of Fortune Magazine with the Fortune Business Update. Official NBA games are set to resume on July 30th without spectators as part of a 22-team tournament taking place at the ESPN Sports Complex at Walt Disney World in Orlando. Essentially a bubble sealed off from the rest of the world. Strict health and safety protocols, including regular COVID-19 tests for players and personnel, will be in place. The hope is that the virus won't spread after an initial quarantine period. But Commissioner Adam Silver tells Fortune that even if someone at the site did test positive, it would likely not force cancellation of the tournament, though a significant spread would. Silver himself will go to the sealed campus, but only after being tested for the disease. And even then, he says he won't go anywhere near the players. I'm Jeff Colvin.
Are you curious about who offers the best deals on top-rated Samsung, LG, and Sony TVs? The answer is surprising. It's not online, and it's not the warehouse clubs. The best deals on top-rated TVs are at Video Only. Don't believe it? Then check out the trade-in deals at Video Only. How about $500 for your old TV? Try doing that online. Before you buy that new TV, drop into Video Only. If you don't, you'll be sorry.
Securities and advisory services offered through United Planners Financial Services, member FINRA SIPC. Fitucci & Associates and United Planners are not affiliated.
How's this wild ride on Wall Street affecting your retirement nest egg? If you're retired or nearing retirement, your concern is making sure your savings can last a lifetime. Are you ready to trade volatility for stability? Then you should find out about the strategies that can help provide you a lifetime of steady income. This is information you need now, and you can get it with a free one-on-one virtual meeting or a phone call with Pat Vitucci or one of his team from don'tinvestandforget.com. You don't have to wait for an office appointment. You can schedule a call with Pat from the comfort of your home and learn about the income strategies designed to help you enjoy a more financially secure retirement. It's free and there's no obligation. Just call 888-PLAN-WISE or go to don'tinvestandforget.com. That's 888-PLAN-WISE or go to don'tinvestandforget.com.
At Floorcraft Carpet One in San Francisco, we are proud to be entering our 80th year in business. Jeff Lerner here reflecting that my uncles would never have imagined 3 generations of continued business. At Floorcraft, we're celebrating our 80th year with tremendous savings for your home on hardwood, carpet, luxury vinyl, tile, appliances, kitchen cabinets, plumbing fixtures, and now window coverings. Our experts will save you time and money and help you enjoy the beauty of your home. 80 years going strong. Floorcraft San Francisco, floorcrafthome.com.
That's what sleeping with a CPAP sounds like. If you can't use CPAP, imagine pressing a button and it sounding like this. That's sleeping with Inspire. No mask, no hose, just sleep. Inspire is a sleep apnea treatment that works inside the body with one click of a remote. That's right, just a button. If you have sleep apnea, great sleep awaits at InspireSleep.com. That's InspireSleep.com. Inspire. Sleep apnea innovation. No mask, no hose, just sleep.
Talk to your doctor to see if Inspire is right for you and review important safety information at InspireSleep.com.
Are you ready to have a great workday? Blaisdell's Business Products is here to make it happen with PPE essentials, office furniture, break room, janitorial, and office supplies. Blaisdell's offers the personalized shopping experience and customer care that your business deserves. Simply order online 24/7 at Blaisdells.com for free next-day delivery to your business or home office. Register for your free business account today at Blaisdells.com. That's BLAISDELLS.com or call 510-483-3600.
KCBS News Time 128, traffic and weather together. Martinez, here's Peter.
There is the potential for heavy traffic in Martinez this afternoon, a planned protest between 4 and 6. We'll go from the courthouse along Court Street and then into Waterfront Park. So if you want to be a part of it or if you need to get around it, either way, you can expect heavy traffic in downtown Martinez this afternoon. In Berkeley, 80 westbound before University, some debris on the freeway triggered this crash that has the 2 right lanes blocked by the fire department. The 2 cars involved are on the right-hand shoulder, and traffic is backed up to Central Avenue on westbound 80 and on eastbound 580. Your next traffic update at 1:38 on the traffic leader, KCBS.
And your KCBS forecast, beautiful day around the bay, sunny, light breeze at the coast and bay, 70s at the coast, mid-80s by the bay, mid to upper 90s inland. Tomorrow it'll be sunny and warm, upper 60s at the beach, low 80s by the bay, low 90s inland. Traffic and weather together on the 8s on KCBS.
Get more at KCBS any time of the day or night with the Radio.com app. Download podcasts like The State of California, Insider Phil Matier, and Emily Chang's Tech Briefing. KCBS Podcasts with the Radio.com app.
I'm ready to write some code.
I'm ready to do what no one on my block has done before.
Forget that, what no one in the world has done before.
Since 2011, Internet Essentials from Comcast has connected millions of people from low-income homes to the internet, so they can be ready for anything. And we recently announced we'll continue to provide 60 days of free internet to new Internet Essentials customers. Learn more at comcast.com/Internet Essentials.
News that matters to you around the bay, around the world, around the clock. All News 106.9 and AM 740. KCBS.
Sunday, July 12th, 2020, coming up on KCBS.
I'm Dan Mitchinson. No more physical fitness testing in the Navy, but
this isn't a vacation from physical fitness. You better still get out there.
And there's a push by the Trump administration to reopen schools in the fall. It's 1:31.
CBS News Update. Another record in Florida today, more than 15,000 new COVID-19 cases in a 24-hour period. That's the most any state has recorded in one day during the crisis. On the Sunday talk shows COVID-19, the topic, Nancy Pelosi on CNN discussing school reopenings.
Going back to school
presents the biggest risk for the spread of the coronavirus. They ignore science and they ignore governance.
Surgeon General Jerome Adams on CBS's Face the Nation sounding more optimistic.
We are in a very different place than what we were in February and March. We have an over 300% increase in available PPE, and that's not to say mission accomplished, but we are in a better place.
Dr. David Agus on masks.
If the entire country wore masks and socially distanced, in 3 to 4 weeks, there would be no virus in the country.
COVID-19 deaths in the U.S. now more than 135,000. CBS News Update. I'm Steve Futterman.
KCBS News Time 1:32. For months, California's skilled nursing facilities have been shut down to visitors to keep out the coronavirus. State health authorities recently issued guidance for visits to resume, but few are happening as infection rates surge in California. Facilities are being cautious after many suffered severe outbreaks earlier in the pandemic. Nursing facilities account for about 40% of California's roughly 7,000 coronavirus deaths. And the Cruise Fire, which has blackened more than 5,500 acres since its outbreak last Sunday afternoon in the hills east of Gilroy, is now 96% contained. The cause of that fire remains under investigation. U.S. Navy has announced there will be no more physical fitness tests for the remainder of the year. KCBS's Dan Mitchinson explains why.
Like so many other things in our lives these days, it boils down to COVID-19 and trying to keep sailors healthy.
We're not going to put people in large groups where we're going to have people holding on to somebody's ankles to do sit-ups or to do crunches, those type of things.
But retired colonel and former chief of staff for the U.S. European Command, Brendan Kearney, says sailors and other branches of the military will still need to stay in shape.
They're all still requiring individual physical fitness efforts. So this isn't a vacation from physical fitness.
Which means even though many base gyms have been shut down, recruits will still be expected to run, lift weights, or find other ways to keep themselves physically active. But looking ahead into the new year, even if we see a decline in COVID-19 cases, will these physical fitness changes become permanent for the Navy? The colonel says,
the answer, I think, is no.
Instead, he thinks when the Navy starts up these tests again in January, some exercises that involved large groups or too much physical contact will just be swapped out. Dan Mitchinson, KCBS.
KCBS News Time 1:34. Here's Animal Update.
Vet visits during COVID. That is today's topic on Animal Update with Dr. Jennifer Scarlett, president of the San Francisco SPCA, and I'm Jeff Bell. Dr. Scarlett, how have vet visits changed during this pandemic?
Jeff, they've been practically turned on their head. The San Francisco SPCA, as well as vet clinics across the Bay Area, have remained open during COVID. But how we see clients and pets has completely changed. In most cases, we greet clients outside and have the technician bring the animal inside and then have the doctor follow up with a phone call. And this is highly problematic because we much prefer to have animals stay with their people, helps decrease stress. And our work is based on good communication. And so not being able to see the client and having to phone them just adds a layer of complexity to it.
So what do pet parents need to keep in mind to remain safe during the actual appointment?
Well, like any other essential service that they are going to, we have to keep our nose and mouth covered. Certainly, if you're not feeling well, make sure that, and your animal needs attention, to have someone else bring them into the clinic. And this is not so much safety, but probably mental preparedness, is everything is taking much, much longer. And so just be prepared for that. If you can wait in your car or bring some reading material, that will be helpful.
I'm sure a lot of pet parents are tempted to delay routine care until after the pandemic. Your thoughts?
Well, we don't know when the pandemic is going to end. So good judgment on who needs to come in for routine care. For example, if you have a 4-year-old indoor cat that's overdue for vaccines, that's low on the priority versus a young dog that needs its vaccine. So give your veterinary clinic a call. They'll help guide you in that decision making.
That is Animal Update with Dr. Jennifer Scarlett of the San Francisco SPCA. I'm Jeff Bell, KCBS.
Mortgage rates are at historic lows, so if you have a mortgage, refinance it and forget it. You'll never have to worry about refinancing again. Network Capital Funding is offering our lowest 30-year fixed rate ever. 2.625 with a 2.64% APR. Incredible, with no origination fees or discount points. Network Capital has built a reputation for saving people time and money with our unique process that's fast, simple, and secure. Our 30-year fixed rate is 2.625 with a 2.64% APR. Incredible. These are historically low rates you may never see again. So refinance it and forget it. That's a 30-year fixed at 2.625 with a 2.64% APR. Call the experts at Network Capital Funding now. 800-500-1-HIT. 800-500-1-HIT as in home run. Call now and save big on your refi. 800-500-1-HIT. 800-500-1448. NMLS ID 11712. Visit NMLSConsumerAccess.org. Licensed by the California Department of Business Oversight under the Financial Lenders Law. Number 603D787. An equal opportunity lender. Rates subject to change and credit approval. Call 800-500-1-HIT for more information.
We made USAA insurance for members like Beth, a Navy veteran. She and her husband Larry might be old school, but they're made of the curiosity to always try new things, like that cooking class, or skiing, and finally learning guitar, now that the kids are out of the house. So when Beth realized they were overpaying the insurance company they've been with for years, she and Larry thought they'd try another new thing, switching to USAA. USAA insurance is made the way Beth and Larry need it, with super knowledgeable agents who take the time to understand your coverage needs and help you find the savings you deserve. Switch and save with USAA Insurance. Get a quote today at usaa.com/insurance. USAA, what you're made of, we're made for. Ability to receive a quote depends on membership eligibility. Membership eligibility and product restrictions apply and are subject to change. United Services Automobile Association and its affiliates, San Antonio, Texas.
KCBS is an equal opportunity employer, and we encourage local community organizations to refer qualified applicants to us. You can receive KCBS and Intercom job vacancy information by contacting Human Resources at 415-765-4011 or by emailing sfhr@intercom.com.
KCBS News Time 1:38, traffic and weather together. There's a new crash in Berkeley. Peter Schofield with the update.
And this crash in Berkeley has traffic backed up into Richmond. This report brought to you by Hint Water. It's 80 westbound before University. The fire department has taken the two right lanes in favor of this crash that ended up on the right-hand shoulder. The crash was triggered by a garbage can that was rumbling around on the freeway. People were trying to swerve around it. And traffic is backed up to before Central Avenue on both westbound 80 and eastbound 580. In Oakland, 580 westbound, that's slow from Highway 24 to the 80-580 split. At the Bay Bridge, 80 westbound, that's an easy drive past the toll gates and no trouble on the Bay Bridge as you make your way into San Francisco. Highway 17 southbound, that's slow from Highway 85 to Bear Creek Road. Mostly the backup here left over from a crash that was cleared at Alma Bridge Road. Hint is pure water infused with surprisingly true fruit flavors, including watermelon, blackberry, and cherry. No sugar, no sweetener, and no calories. Available in your local grocery store or at drinkhint.com. Hint, water with a touch of true fruit flavor. Your next traffic update at 1:48 on the Traffic Leader, KCBS.
And your KCBS forecast. Sunny, light breeze by the coast and bay, highs in the low 70s at the beaches, mid-80s by the bay, mid to upper 90s inland. Checking some current temperatures, 85 in San Jose, Hayward 79, 98 for Livermore. In San Francisco, it's 69 degrees. In Oakland, 78, Concord 91, 82 for Napa, and 90 in Santa Rosa. Traffic and weather together on the 8s on All News 106.9 and AM 740 KCBS.
Our normal day-to-day life has been different for us Californians. Masks, marches, and much love together. We are creative, we are positive, and we will work hard. We are California. Together, we will make our local businesses and communities strong. Move California forward. For more info on what's moving forward in your community, go to radio.com/Move California Forward.
Right now, everyone in San Francisco is working toward a common set of goals. A responsible reopening, saved lives, saved livelihoods. The It Takes Heart icon from the San Francisco General Hospital Foundation is a symbol of solidarity, a way for the healthcare workers of Zuckerberg San Francisco General Hospital to thank residents who are doing their part, and for all of us to express our gratitude to them for risking their lives to help save ours. Join us by visiting ittakesheartsf.com and displaying the heart icon in your window.
As you get back to business, small things can make a big difference, like marking safe distances with floor tape and posting reminders to wash hands. As always, Grainger is here to help, offering supplies and solutions for every industry. Free access to product specialists, 24/7 support, safety recovery guides, and more. It's part of our commitment to help you adapt and recover in these challenging times. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
A better tomorrow starts today with Wendy's breakfast. A tomorrow that says bacon, not bacant. Where fresh eggs reign like opportunity. Honey butter goodness is spread. And the Frosty is chinoed. At Wendy's, we don't ask what tomorrow holds, but rather, what will you hold tomorrow? Will it be the breakfast Baconator or the honey butter chicken biscuit? No matter what you choose, tomorrow's looking good.
At participating U.S. Wendy's.
KCBS News Time 141. A 13-year-old inventor is getting a countywide tip of the hat for a big idea aimed at keeping our hands COVID-free. KCBS reporter Keith Manconi has that story.
Like a lot of us, the parents of Maizan Rupin Tompkins were using a pretty low-tech method to keep their hands COVID-free when opening doors by using their sleeves. But the 13-year-old felt there must be a better way.
I wanted to find an idea on how to fix that.
So he hit the old 3D printer and got inventing.
It took around 50 prototypes, but I tweaked and modified.
The end result? A device he's calling the Safe Touch Pro.
It's a handle-like device with a hook on the end and has a loop so your finger can slide in.
It's just what the doctor ordered during this pandemic, so San Mateo County honored the young inventor by declaring this past Saturday, July 11th, Rupin Tompkins Day. And it turns out, getting your own day, it's not a bad feeling.
I'm very happy and humble.
The devices have been selling briskly. Rupin Tompkins is hoping to introduce them next to local hospitals. Keith Manconi, KCBS.
San Jose residents living near Coyote Creek are facing the insidious threat of erosion along the river. There's a ongoing threat to undermine the stability of homes and properties in the area. In an effort to address these worries, San Jose officials are relocating a fire station from 17th and East Santa Clara Streets a few blocks west. San Jose City Council approved the purchase of that land last Wednesday night. The land was purchased with proceeds from the Measure T bond that passed in 2018. It will cost $2.3 million. Coming up in about 90 seconds, KCBS Sports.
Get the outdoor living space you've always dreamed of during the System Pavers Steep Summer Savings Event. With no interest financing through 2022 for orders placed by July 31st, you can enjoy your redesigned outdoor space now and pay over time. Whether you need a new paver walkway, a custom hardscape or yard design, outdoor lighting, or anything in between, System Pavers can make your vision come to life. And because most projects are completed in less than a week, you'll be able to enjoy your new space almost as fast as you can say, the neighbors will be so jealous. Schedule your free design consultation today and see how easy it is to bring new life to your outdoor spaces. Visit SystemPavers.com or call us at 800-PAVE-004. That's 800-PAVE-004. System Pavers, outdoor living designed around you. Project installation must commence within 60 days of purchase. Financing subject to third-party credit approval. Contractor's license 661575.
Coronavirus particles in droplets and aerosols. We'll bring in one of the nation's leading experts on aerosols for our Monday Ask an Expert segment.
Jay Farner here, CEO of Rocket Mortgage. Making the right financial decisions has never been more important. When you turn to Rocket Mortgage, we can help guide you to those right decisions now, when they matter most. Mortgage rates are near historic lows, so now is a great time to call 8338-ROCKET. And if you need some extra money, a cash-out refinance could give you that financial boost you're looking for. Call today at 8338-ROCKET or go to rocketmortgage.com to learn more.
Call for cost information and conditions. Equal housing lender. Licensed in all 50 states. NMLS number 3030.
You're working from home. So how do you connect with coworkers and clients? With RingCentral, the #1 global communication solution for business. RingCentral makes talking, texting, collaborating, and video calls easy. And it's all on one platform. And when we say everyone should be connected, we mean it. It's why we're giving RingCentral free to educators, health providers, and nonprofits. Learn more at ringcentral.com. Welcome to the new RingCentral.
A lot of people that if they set their mind to it, you can accomplish it. It just takes a lot of hard work. Eventually, you'll get a little bit better each and every day, and hopefully that leads to something great in the end.
With Bryson DeChambeau at the sports desk, Steve Bitker, KCBS.
At Prime Mail Medical, they understand how frustrating it can be to experience difficulties in your intimate life. Their mission is to provide you the medical care you need for improved performance.
At Prime Mail Medical, we have virtually every medication known to man to help men. We specialize in treatments for ED and low T, and we have a 99% success rate. Most impotence problems can be treated in just one visit.
That's Dr. Robert Rowley from Prime Mail Medical.
We offer a variety of treatments, including high-dose sublingual lozenges, ultrasound-based shockwave therapy, and injectable therapies. We can also treat testosterone issues when needed.
Prime Mail Medical in the East Bay and San Francisco. Get your customized evaluation for just $99, which covers a full year of free visits, including a PSA test, testosterone test, and ultrasound. Call now, 415-761-4037, or go to primemailmedical.com. That's 415-761-4037.
Cars for Kids, your #1 charity for car donations. Now also accepting boats, RVs, motorcycles, and real estate donations. Go to carsforkids.com.
KCBS traffic and weather together. Your 6-day forecast coming up right after we get the latest from Peter Schofield with good news from Berkeley.
This is 80 westbound before University Avenue. The crash that's been blocking the 2 right lanes for almost an hour has now been cleared to the right shoulder, so all lanes are open, but it will take a while longer before this backup begins to thin out. You'll come to the brake lights right about Central Avenue. That's on both eastbound 580 and westbound 80. If you're stuck in that backup and planning on the Bay Bridge, you'll have no delays after you pass University Avenue. There's a BART delay for downtown San Francisco. Scheduled track maintenance means that trains will be alternately sharing the same track between Embarcadero and 24th Mission stations, so you can expect delays of around 20 minutes toward the East Bay and toward SFO from the Embarcadero station. In Milpitas, Montague Expressway is closed for road work until 5 o'clock tomorrow morning. This is between Capitol Avenue and Milpitas Boulevard. Crews are building a pedestrian bridge, and to get around it, you can use Capitol Avenue and Milpitas Boulevard. And Montague Expressway is this major link between 680 and 880, so if you're planning to use it to jump between those two freeways, you might also consider Calaveras Boulevard between 880 and 680 as the alternate. Your next traffic update at 1:58 on the Traffic Leader, KCBS.
And your Mancini Sleep World 6-day forecast. Enjoy big savings during Mancini Sleep World's triple bonus mattress sale. It is sunny, a little breeze today at the coast and bay, highs 70s at the beach, mid 80s by the bay, mid to upper 90s inland, slightly cooler tomorrow, highs upper 60s at the coast, lower 80s by the bay, some low 90s inland. Then Tuesday through Friday, partly cloudy at the coast in the morning, sunny by the bay and inland, highs in the 60s at the beach, mid 80s by the bay, low 90s inland. Traffic and weather together on the 8s on All News 106.9 and AM 740 KCBS. Andy Clausen and Holly McDeed at the editor's desk, KCBS News Time 1:50. It's anything but a traditional vacation season. Would-be travelers are weighing the risks and trying to figure out whether or not to take the plunge and book a vacation. Kim Wonderly takes a look in this week's Road Report.
Many people are simply opting out, but vacation time brings a much-needed change of venue for those of us going stir-crazy or families with kids that desperately need some kind of diversion. We all have to assess our own comfort level when it comes to travel. For many, airline travel just doesn't feel right yet. If you're looking for the low-risk option, the good old American road trip could be the answer. Now, the ultimate social distancing destination would be to go camping over staying in a hotel. But if you're not a camper, the next best thing might be to book a vacation rental. After all, you can do what you're doing at home and stay safe whether you're in Lake Tahoe, Carmel, or Santa Barbara. But there's a few things to keep in mind as you begin your search. Research that destination ahead of time, review local travelers' information and restrictions, follow the World Health Organization's guideline by checking their website. Now, whether you're booking through VRBO or Airbnb or an independent property manager, the advice is the same. Check that cancellation policy very carefully and also consider trip insurance. But do read the fine print. Not all policies offer total coverage. Many listings are now noting additional cleaning protocols that are in place. Most are following CDC guidelines guidelines. Cleaners are requested to wear gloves while working, to use disinfectants on all high-touch surfaces, and to use the warmest settings for laundering towels and bedding. Also, many rentals stock hand sanitizer and other antibacterial products for guest use. So do your homework, but have a safe and happy summer. That's the Road Report. Kim Wonderly, KCBS.
A nonprofit that works to improve the election process in California is $25,000 richer this weekend. KCBS reporter Melissa Colross tells us the California Voter Foundation will be using that money to help people cast their ballots in November.
Because of the COVID-19 pandemic, every California voter will receive a mail-in ballot for the election, and some people may not know how to use them. So that $25,000 donation from Craig Newmark Philanthropies
is going to help the California Voter Foundation work with other voter advocacy groups to educate voters and inform them about how vote by mail works, why it's secure, and why you can trust this process and make sure your ballot gets counted.
Kim Alexander is president and founder of the California Voter Foundation, which has been working to improve the vote by mail process for years and received the donation late last week. She says if voters want to prepare in advance,
the most important thing that voters can do right now is make sure your registration is up to date. You can go online, check your registration status online, make sure you're registered at your current address. And if you've moved recently, you need to update your registration.
In-person voting still will be an option in November, but Alexander expects many more people than usual to vote by mail. Melissa Colross, KCBS.
Can the Sacramento Police Department become a model for law enforcement reform statewide? Some lawmakers are saying yes. We get this report from Craig Figner with Radio.com station KNX in Los Angeles.
Nearly 50 use of force recommendations are found in 2 reports given to the Sacramento Police Department from California's Attorney General.
To help the city of Sacramento and the Sac PD set the standard for innovation and reform.
The changes give much weight to de-escalation training for officers, also a no-bite policy for canine officers, and also changes to use of force.
Recommendations also included expanding partnerships with mental health and social welfare professionals. In 60% of the cases we reviewed, officers perceived the subject of a stop to be in some type of altered mental state.
This report, though, does not carry the weight of new law.
We're talking today about trying to change policing.
The Attorney General says he hopes departments across California will use it instead as framework for change.
And that is Craig Figner, a reporter at KNX radio station in Los Angeles. We're off to the Money Watch.
Online shaving product suppliers expand products and retail locations. Shaving sure has changed in the last 60 years.
Gillette has given a brand new meaning to the phrase shaving comfort.
Jeff Rader, Chief Executive Officer at Harry's, says it changed with a question.
Why do razors cost so much?
And an answer.
We make our own high-quality razors, razor blades, and shaving cream that we sell to people on harrys.com, which is our website.
Another online seller, Dollar Shave Club, was gobbled up by mega consumer goods company Unilever. David Packman, partner at Venrock, says these online startups have something the big companies need.
So in Dollar Shave Club, you have a company that's expert at social marketing and really reaching consumers on the social channels.
Harry's, already available at Target and Kroger, expands its retail presence to Walgreens while also expanding its product line. Harry's could distinguish themselves with more emphasis on body care and other personal care products, something that is almost as old as shaving itself.
Try new Burma Shave, and also try new Burma Blockade Spray Deodorant.
Greg Jarrett, Bloomberg Business for KCBS.
Our government has determined that for the new stay-at-home plan to succeed, certain household appliances are essential. Kitchen and laundry for sure, but communication and entertainment appliances are also deemed essential. If the limited selection at the big box stores isn't enough for you, then let Video Only try to help. There's deep discounts on the 2019 smart TVs or trade-in allowances on the new 2020 models. Better than the club or online. Check out Video Only before you buy, or you'll be sorry.
When it comes to using data, everyone is different, which is why Xfinity Mobile created a different kind of wireless network. One that's designed to save you money by letting you design your own data, giving you more choice and control compared to other top wireless carriers. Now, you can choose unlimited, shared data, or mix lines of each and switch any line, anytime. No one else lets you do that, or automatically connects you to millions of secure Wi-Fi hotspots and the best LTE everywhere else. So no matter where you are, we've got you covered. All while saving up to $400 a year on your wireless bill. Xfinity Mobile. It's wireless reimagined. Call, visit a store, or go to xfinitymobile.com today. Simple, easy, awesome. Restrictions apply. Not available in all areas. Requires residential post-pay Xfinity Internet. Actual savings vary and are not guaranteed. For Xfinity Mobile broadband disclosures, visit www.xfinity.com/mobile.
Hi, folks. I'm sure by now you've heard about Dr. John Filippini, the Danville Disc Doctor, and his huge success rate with treating chronic neck and back pain. You've probably been told that dangerous drugs, injections, and surgeries are your only options. Folks, just because traditional medicine doesn't have the ability to repair damaged joints and discs without surgery, it doesn't mean it can't be done. In fact, there are hundreds of studies and thousands of patient success stories that prove just the opposite. If you're suffering with any type of neck or back pain, whether it's a bulging or herniated disc, sciatica, spinal stenosis, or even bone-on-bone arthritis, you can get 80 to 100% relief in just a few days to a few months. Find out more by going to DanvilleDiscDoctor.com or call 925-403-4830 to get in on his $39 exam special. Stop suffering. Let this be the year you get your health, your youth, and your life back. See what your options are at DanvilleDiscDoctor.com. Schedule online or call 925-403-4830.
Do one thing to protect the environment. It all starts with just one thing. Thinking Green can make people think of new and useful innovations. A scuba diving group recently started making face masks out of plastic bottles that were found in the ocean. So not only is the group helping clean up the oceans and recycling, but also helping people protect themselves in these uncertain times. What innovative ways can you help the environment? It all starts with one thing. Find tips and more at OneThingUS.com. What's your one thing?
Progressive makes bundling easy and affordable. Get a multi-policy discount by combining your car, home, motorcycle, commercial auto, and more. All your protection in one place. Bundle and save at Progressive.com.
KCBS News Time 1:58, traffic and weather together. Back to Berkeley with Peter Schofield.
This is 80 westbound before University Avenue. The KCBS Waze Force confirming the crash has been cleared from the two right lanes to the right shoulder, but its legacy is all that slow traffic in front of you from Central Avenue on eastbound 580 and on westbound 80. The backup begins right about Carlson Boulevard. You can join the Waze Force by downloading the Waze app or by going to kcbsradio.com. Some heavy traffic along the coast on Highway 1. This is starting in Marin County. Stinson Beach, Highway 1 bogging down in both directions for about a mile before Panoramic Highway. And westbound Panoramic Highway also feeling the pressure from Whitegate Ranch Trailhead to Highway 1. And Highway 1 in San Mateo County, that's crowded as well. Southbound from Pacifica to Montera, and then again both directions as you pass El Granada. If your approach to the coast is Highway 92 westbound, it's crowded from 280 to Half Moon Bay. Your next traffic update, 2:08 on the Traffic Leader, KCBS.
And your KCBS forecast. Sunny, light breeze by the coast and bay, highs in the low 70s at the beach, mid 80s by the bay, and we have some low to mid 90s inland. Traffic and weather together on the 8s on All News 106.9 and AM 740 KCBS. It's Sunday, July 12th, 2020. Coming up on KCBS.
I'm Bob Butler in Concord, where indoor church services are now banned again.
There's been a sharp rise in the number of positive tests.
And I'm Curtis Kim. A Black Lives Matter protest and demonstration in Martinez has the mayor saying his city is inclusive.
There's a lot of anxiety in the business community.
Good afternoon. I'm Liz St. John. CBS News covers the world next.
When you need to know, KCBS AM, KFRC FM, and HD1. San Francisco, Oakland, San Jose, a radio.com station.
2 o'clock.
This is CBS News on the Hour, your home for original reporting.
I'm Steve Futterman in Los Angeles. The White House appears to be growing frustrated with Dr. Anthony Fauci. CBS News has learned that some members of the coronavirus task force feel Fauci has become a source of controversy, which is not helpful to the public health message. They feel Fauci is unconcerned about the economic and social issues brought on by the COVID-19 crisis. On the Sunday talk shows, the focus was on the coronavirus. Admiral Brett Giroir.
We are all very concerned about the rise in cases, no doubt about that, and that's why we're meeting regularly. We're surging in assistance, but we are in a much better place. This is not out of control, but it requires a lot of effort, and everybody's going to have to do their part.
Florida today reporting more than 15,000 new cases in the last 24 hours. That's the largest one-day increase any state, including New York, has had during the crisis. Other areas are being hit hard too. CBS's Mark Strassman.
Here in Atlanta, this convention center has been reactivated for overflow COVID patients. And Atlanta Mayor Keisha Lance Bottoms has rolled back the city's reopening. Most people are supposed to stay home again. But here, as in much of America, there's mixed messaging. The state's Republican governor has told the city's Democratic mayor only he gets to decide where and when to roll back.
Arizona State University has developed a new COVID-19 test. Details from reporter David Caltabiano of KPHO TV.
This saliva-based test is being called a game changer. More accurate and faster results, 24 to 48 hours to be exact. That's in comparison to the traditional nose swab tests, which sometimes took days to let people know if they had the virus.
They can process these in high volumes. They have automated systems.
Now, the goal for saliva-based testing is to test 100,000 people for free in underserved communities across the state.
Here in California, in San Diego, a Navy ship that's docked in the harbor is on fire after an explosion. CBS's Jeff McCausland.
Reports from the scene suggest 3 sailors and at least 1 fireman have been injured in the blaze. The cause of the fire was under investigation. It is unclear where on board the ship the fire originated.
And now the Navy says 18 sailors have been taken to local hospitals with non-life-threatening injuries. In Minneapolis today, the end of a 1,000-mile walk to honor and pay tribute to George Floyd.
Every single day I walk, I learn something more about myself and people. 37 days, and I've been walking. We are down to the last day. This is every bit of amazing.
Terry Willis began his walk on June 2nd from Huntsville, Alabama, ending today in Minneapolis. This is CBS News.
You can listen to CBS News Radio 24 hours a day, 7 days a week on radio.com or the radio.com app. Download it today.
During these unprecedented times, we know you're all worried about your family's health, your job, and paying your bills. Stop the endless debt cycle, especially now. Be proactive and take advantage of unique programs in place to help you get free of your debt. Don't wait for the bills to pile up and the banks to breathe down your neck. The program at Total Financial Freedom can help you get free of credit card debt, internet and signature loans, and even timeshares. You pay only a fraction of what you owe, and they even offer a guarantee. Call now at 800-899-8922 to see if you can qualify and receive a free book written by our CEO, the Debt Dietitian. A+ rated, Total Financial Freedom has helped thousands get debt relief without considering bankruptcy. During these stressful times, debt doesn't need to add to it. Call now, 800-899-8922, and get your free copy of the book to help you at 800-899-8922. That's 800-899-8922.
To be or not to be, that may be the question for a replica of William Shakespeare's famous stage, which has been closed during the COVID-19 crisis. There are worries now about its survival.
Some of the biggest names in British stage and screen fear a cultural disaster because the Globe Theatre in London has been shut by the COVID pandemic. The Playhouse is a replica of Shakespeare's theatre. Michelle Terry is the artistic director.
You're not just trying to keep the doors open. There is an ecosystem of artists, makers. We have education, there's a huge education element to what we do.
The theatre is also famous for offering major roles to actors of color and filling its seats with a diverse crowd.
If Black Lives Matter, then the Globe has to survive.
Actor Joseph Marcel among those pushing for more government funding.
This is something that should be cherished.
Vicky Barker, CBS News, London.
And I'm Steve Futterman, CBS News.
It's 2:05 at the Bay Area's news station KCBS. Sunny and warm at the coast, hot inland. Good afternoon. I'm Liz St. John. Here's what's happening. Alameda County has been added to the state's watch list for counties with higher rates of COVID-19 transmission. It joins Contra Costa, Marin, Solano, Santa Clara, and Sonoma counties as being monitored by the state. Counties that are on the state's watch list for 3 days are required to shut down bars and indoor dining in restaurants for at least 3 weeks, although bars and indoor dining already not permitted in Alameda County. Alameda County has more than 7,700 cases and 148 deaths from coronavirus. The percentage of people testing positive for the coronavirus has jumped in Contra Costa County over the past 7 days. KCBS reporter Bob Butler says the county has once again shut down all indoor gatherings, including church services.
Indoor religious services and cultural activities were allowed to resume in June with some restrictions, but now
there's been a sharp rise in the number of positive tests and the percent of individuals testing positive, as well as the number of hospitalizations.
Supervisor John Joyce says more than 8%. So now you have to maintain social distancing and face coverings even in your social bubble, unless you are eating or drinking. As for indoor, he admits it is confusing.
There are changing health orders and some different rules in different counties. So it is important to have one clear message. And at this time, that message is no indoor gatherings, which means no religious services, no protest or funerals.
For the foreseeable future. In Concord, Bob Butler, KCBS.
2 more inmates from San Quentin have died from COVID-19 related complications. The 2 men died at outside medical facilities last night, according to the California Department of Correction and Rehabilitation. San Quentin is housing more than 1,400 inmates that have tested positive for COVID-19. No other information has been made public about those 2 inmates. A protest this afternoon in Martinez could draw several thousand people. KCBS's Curtis Kim says it centers around Black Lives Matter.
Flashback to last weekend when a white couple tried to paint over a mural of Black Lives Matters.
The narrative of oppression, the narrative of racism, it's a lie.
Martinez Mayor Rob Schroeder says the city had approved the Black Lives Matter painting.
It was approved and signed off by the city manager in consulting with the city council.
The white couple who tried to deface the mural did so on their own. Schroeder says Martinez may have become the focal point of protest, but the city is trying to be socially responsible.
This is very unusual for us to deal with, but it's here, and I just want the world to know that Martinez is an inclusive place. Is there a place for improvement? Absolutely. Is there racism and bigotry in Martinez? Apparently so, just like there is in every other community, and we're going to do everything we can to eradicate that.
Schroeder says the police department worked several days on a contingency plan to avoid confrontations. Curtis Kim, KCBS.
Just ahead on KCBS.
I'm Keith Manconi. Getting back to business, but staying safe. Santa Clara County faces a tricky balance as gyms and hair salons open back up.
KCBS News Time 2:08, traffic and weather together, going to the Santa Cruz Mountains. Highway 17 with Peter Schofield.
In the Santa Cruz Mountains, Highway 17 southbound. Traffic is barely moving as you pass Highway 85 in Los Gatos. Not much relief until you pass the Lexington Reservoir. Some of this is the leftover backup from a crash at Alma Bridge Road. That has been cleared, but it looks like some of the beach traffic has taken over. Beyond the Lexington Reservoir, traffic looks okay over the summit and then on down the hill into Santa Cruz and onto Highway 1. The fire department, meanwhile, is checking for the smell of smoke on Highway 17 around there at Redwood Estates. In San Mateo County, Highway 92 westbound, that's jammed with beachgoers, 280 from 280 to Half Moon Bay city limits, and the eastbound 92 leaving Half Moon Bay, speeds are down from Highway 1 to Limos Farm. As for Highway 1 southbound, traffic begins to inch along beginning in Pacifica, and then the conga line just sort of bumps along from there all the way into Montera. Your next traffic update at 2:18 on the Traffic Leader, KCBS.